You knew better, you do better. Who do it better? Brianna Stu, 9-2 letter CC. Must see TV. Shoot it from the deep. Wake up the woke folks sleepy. Beastie, couldn't lock her down in the precinct. Hit the John Cena, yeah, yo, you can't see me. Easy, R.I.P. the GG. Love to play with Juju. Out with the old, we the leaders of the new school. Yeah. Summertime, ooh, summertime. Top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Pope, your host that do the most. Welcome to the Just Being Frank show, where every day we get through one, we thankful. Let the church say amen. Amen. Let's get to this video. So we got Lisa Bluder, Coach LB. If you don't know, it's Caitlin Clark's college coach, right? That has been recruited her, knew her since she was 13 years old, right? She's come out and finally speaks on all of the targeting and how the Wnba is handling her and the USA snub. And I'm here to break all of that down. Oh, it's a beautiful day because you know, a real one has spoken. A real one has spoken, and it sounds like she been either watching a lot of the show over here, or the Just Being Frank show, or just great minds think alike. I don't know, you let me know. But let's go ahead and take a dive into it, and I'll come back in and chime in after this clip. Let's go.
WNBA have not been quite prepared for Clarkonomics and for the enormous spike in audiences. We've seen some teams have to change arenas. We've seen them being maybe a little surprised by everything that Clark has brought to the league. Do you think how's the WNBA doing at capitalizing at this? And how important is it to you to see the Women's Professional League grow and grow?
Yeah, I mean, we have to see this league grow. I mean, it's got to be like, we don't want to go overseas and play. We want to keep our best Americans here playing in our country for us to support and not send them overseas and play. I mean, we have to do this. It's essential right now. But, you know, I mean, like the Fever was not ready for how many jerseys they were going to sell. They sold out of those. So I think it has caught them off guard a little bit. I don't know if they realized the spike that was going to happen. And I think what could have helped, and this is, you know, I'm looking at it from Caitlin's perspective and nobody else's because I'm biased, right? The league did them no favors by this unbelievable schedule they had to begin with. It was grueling, and, you know, playing the best teams right off the bat, you know, I'm not sure that was smart, and who knows? I don't know about scheduling the WNBA, Sally, so I am no expert on this. But to me, they did them no favors in starting her career like that with no rest and traveling, you know, playing so many games in such a short amount of time. I feel like the officiating has got to change. I feel like it's got to get better. And I feel like there has to be a little more freedom of movement. For example, people want to see people score. And right now the league is very physical, and they almost brag about how physical it is and how, you know, tough it is. Well, people really like offense, and they like to see people score. I mean, that's what our team did last year. And so I think you're going to have a little bit more freedom of movement with the officials in order for that to happen, to make it an exciting product.
Well, be frank about it. That's what we talking about, LB. And she gonna get even. Listen, we about to be real frank over here on the Just Being Frank show. Okay? What did she say? She said, hey, Fever, y'all didn't know that her jerseys was gonna go through the roof? Y'all wasn't prepared? Because I'm still waiting on mine. Talking about out of stock, reorder, pre-order. Listen, man, give me my damn Caitlin Clark jersey, will you? Fever, will you? WNBA? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's many like me that's been waiting for damn near a month and some change. Because you done sold out like hotcakes. Okay, I need my jersey. But what else did she say? She said the refereeing. It's crazy. Y'all bragging on the physicality of the game. As if people came to tune in to watch football/prison basketball. What has the Pope been saying over here? I'm telling you, she been watching the Just Being Frank show. I see you. Our great minds think alike. Either way, I take it. I've been saying the same thing. Y'all keep saying physical. The WNBA is physical. That's your problem. Where's the skill? We want to see skill. We want to see step back J 3 times. We want to see crossover, tween. No look pass. You understand? Full court pinpoint pretty passes. That's what we want to see. Can you show us that? What else did she say? She talked about the scheduling. She called it unbelievable. Which, yes, that's what we've been saying. Everybody's clear. It's clear to see. It's unbelievable. What are you doing? You knew she was getting drafted to the Indiana Fever. That's why you made the schedule that you made and playing her with all the top teams back to back, all 11 games damn near straight. She on every other day, and if not 2 back-to-backs. Knowing she just coming out of college, the championship game, right into the draft, right in the training camp, right in the preseason, and then she go on this long-ass road trip every other day with barely any practices with the worst team in the WNBA the year prior. Oh, yeah, you did great. You set her up for failure. That's what you did. On purpose. Let's be frank. I told y'all this was a sabotage from the gate. Coach Lisa, she see it like I see it. I see. How they doing? See. Yeah, she see it how I see it. What are you doing? WNBA? You trying to make this girl not look great as good as she is? You putting her up against, not only you give her every other game she's playing with barely any practice with the worst team in the WNBA and the worst coach in the WNBA, but you also have her playing against the best teams? Not just once, but twice with the Connecticut Sun off the bat, twice versus the New York Liberty off the bat. Now what? Did they play the Aces twice too already, I believe? Okay. And played the Aces off of a back-to-back. Got to play the Liberty off of a back-to-back. Oh. Okay. Yeah, from the gate, been trying to sabotage CC. And that's plain to see for me and for Coach LB. Now, let's move on, because she got a lot to say. She about to touch on why she retired. She about to touch on this Trinity Carter situation with the flagrant foul. Matter of fact, wait no longer. Let's get into what she had to say about Trinity Chin Carter doing the dirty foul play to Caitlin Clark. And I'll try back in.
The flagrant one, Kennedy Carter committed on Caitlin Clark. I've argued that as a basketball play, take women's basketball out of it, men's basketball. As a basketball play, you can't blind somebody when the ball's not even in play yet. I argued that should have been a 1-game suspension just to draw a red line. Let's talk about that foul. Where were you when did you see it live, and what was your feeling about that?
Yeah, I saw it and I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, and I was kind of upset, obviously about it, because, I care about this kid so much, and she, in my opinion, is one of the futures. If we're talking about the WNBA in 8 years from now, she's going to be one of the key players, I would imagine. So again, let's protect her a little bit. Let's make sure that these type of things aren't happening. And I agree with you. I think there should have been a suspension and a fine for that, because that sends a signal. And by them being kind of mum about it, it doesn't send a signal. We have to do that if you want the product to be well. All the negative publicity that came with that lack of call, lack of discipline there, all the negative publicity made people sour for the WNBA. And that's not what we want. We want to show how great this is. But then all of a sudden we look like, I don't know, women out for, petty. It looks, it doesn't look good. And we have to make this product look good for the masses if we want to continue to attract the masses.
Nah, they don't want to do that, Coach Bluder. They don't want to do that. What was we saying over here? What have I been saying when that play happened? She should be suspended, fined, all of that good stuff, especially with the history that girl got. I'm glad Lisa Bluder is now coming out and saying what she's saying. Like, she being real frank about it. Hats off, LB. Yeah, being real frank about it. And that's what we do over here on the Just Being Frank show. She said that's souring the game, all that bad publicity that came with that lack of a call, with the lack of discipline. Angel Reese cheering over on the sideline when that play happened. Oh, oh yeah, you was in when she said that, lack of discipline. With the entire league. Look how y'all handled it. She said mum. Y'all y'all didn't send no signal at all. Y'all gave her a flagrant one after you reviewed it. You mean to tell me a few people went in the room and looked at that play and said, okay, that's just a flagrant one. It's nothing, nada. See, this is how your coach is supposed to have your back, Christy Size. You see what her college coach, she come out, she said that should have been a suspension. Why ain't heard that out of Christy Size's mouth? What are we doing? The girl clearly got targeted, period. But nobody, why isn't the front office, the GM, everybody should have been screaming. What is she doing? She got a history of bad behavior in this league, misconduct in this league. And she did that. We on TV, for the world to see us. And this is how we want to present ourselves? Ridiculous. I agree. I see you agree with me. I agree with you, Coach LB. And now let's hear Coach Lisa Bluder speak on the Christy Sides coming out and letting everybody know that Caitlin texted her, they woke up a monster, and what her thoughts is about that. Let's go.
And her WNBA coach, Christy Sides, she said they woke up a monster. How many times have you heard a reaction like that from Caitlin Clark to a challenge?
Yeah, not those exact words, but certainly, I mean, anytime that somebody doubts her, somebody says she can't do something, she's going to go prove them wrong. So definitely she's in a position to really be motivated highly to continue, growing her game and being successful and making the next Olympics in 4 years.
Great.
Spaghetti ghost. She about to get in the lab. Again, I try and told y'all this would be probably good for her just because of the ringer that the WNBA has put her through and all of the things that she just went through from college, her last senior year, to going right into the WNBA, that her body, her mind, it needs rest. It needs relaxation. Do she deserve to be on that team? Should they have put her on the team? Yes. But do I like the fact that she gets to rest more than anything? Yes. Because I know she's not superhuman. She's unbelievable. She's great to watch. But she is human, after all. So, I can dig it, man. And I think she gonna come back 10 times harder. But again, Christy Sides letting that cat out the hat, it was super uncalled for, unnecessary, it was retarded, and on all fronts, in my book. Excuse my French. But it was just beyond, it was the opposite of genius. Okay? It was the opposite of genius to come out and tell people that, because look at how so many negative reactions in response you get. Here, matter of fact, let's take a listen to this one, I don't know, elephant looking lady. Let's go. Let's take a listen to what she had to say about the coach saying CC, said they woke up a monster.
You don't have a problem with that. I'm not going to parse her words or that conversation in that way. I think it's okay for competitors to be competitors in that space.
It is, but she's not the only competitor. And I know you're not saying that, and a lot of people are trying to boil that up to but there's a reason why Caitlin didn't say that to the media and said it to her coach. There's a reason why. Her answers were very sort of like canned answers. I wasn't disappointed at all. She probably was, but she didn't say that. And what I'm saying is read the room, right? And, it's just like, it did bother people. I'm one of them. But it did bother people, and it was a conversation.
That actually bothered people?
It did.
Okay,
it came off like entitlement, and that's why I'm saying. And there are a lot of people who made the case like you are, that it's like her being competitive, but this is what I'm saying. Like, she wasn't the only young player.
Oh, my God. The hate is real. The hate is real. Chia. Did you see her? Listen. What is all this nonsense? It came off as entitlement because she said, "Oh, that woke up a monster." She also said something else like, "Oh, you being 3-9 or whatever the case may be, that should have woke up a monster. You being off of a list that you don't deserve to be on, you don't deserve." I'm like, boy, the stupidity, opposite of genius. That's what these people are. I don't get it. I really don't. And for Caitlin Clark, look, man, she does. She come back 10 times harder and stronger, and I'm going to get into that too, because she got done wrong, little do a lot of people know, on one of those FIBA Cup USA teams that she was on. I don't know how old she was. I think she was 18, 19. I think she was 18. Right before freshman year, she was on with Van Lith, Paige Buckner, Aaliyah Boston, what's her name? Ryan Howard. Yeah, Celeste Taylor. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Let's dive into what Coach Lisa Bluder had to say about Caitlin Clark not making Team USA. And I'll dive back in. Let's go.
Caitlin Clark being left off the USA Olympic roster. Lisa, what are your thoughts about that? And is there a rationale for that that's fair? It's such a controversial topic, as everything around Caitlin seems to be lately.
Yeah, I was wondering how long it was going to take to get to that question, Sally.
I'm a journalist. I had to go right there.
She is I obviously would love to have seen her on that team. She's represented USA basketball many times. She's won 3 gold medals. But we have to remember, it is the hardest team to make anywhere. It is the hardest team to make. And the 12 women that they have chosen are exceptional women. The only but I have is, what about the future? Because this team has not lost a game since 1992. A game they haven't lost. So they're a great group. They're experienced. There's no doubt we're going to win another gold medal in Paris. But what about the fact that in 4 years we're going to be playing in LA? How are we preparing for that? That would be my only but.
This is my question too. So Diana Taurasi is 40 years old, over 40 years old. She's going to be hanging it up. Sue Bird just retired. There's some great younger guards on that team, and obviously they've got to integrate new leadership. And I would have thought that Caitlin Clark will be integrated into that process. But was it too soon? Was it just a cycle too soon? I mean, who in your mind is the new Sue Bird of this organization, this USA basketball organization?
Yeah, I couldn't answer that, Sally. I'm not sure, but I think it would have benefited Caitlin if she would have had another year of experience and maybe not be coming right off of her collegiate season where she's pretty tired, as you can see in her play right now. When she's tired, she struggles a little bit. When she's fresh, as in the other night, she has 30 points. So, her body needs a rest. And the silver lining is that her body will get some rest during this break. And I think that's what we have to focus on, is the silver lining to this whole deal.
You know,
Isn't that what the Pope been saying, people? That she it's the silver lining. She gonna get this rest and all that. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about what Coach LB said about her not being on this team. She started off saying, yeah, it's hard to make this team. It's one of the toughest teams you could ever make. But if you've been keeping up with the Pope channel, Just Being Frank show, what I tell y'all about them butts? Even LB know about that butt, because she explained my only butt, and I have a butt. Because there's about, what I just said was, yeah, bullshit. Because Caitlin Clark should be on the team. What about the new generation coming up? You talking about not putting her on a team that hasn't took a loss, a L since 1992? And you worried about them putting together the best roster? How has that been beneficial to the WNBA? How has it been beneficial? Because y'all been putting the best team together, basketball purposes, and you've been whooping ass. You haven't lost a game since 92 or something like that. Is that what you said? 96, 92, something like that. In the 90s. Shit. So you're putting Caitlin Clark on the squad, the new generation, who most likely will be leading this Frankness group come 2028 when we in LA. I will be there. How does that benefit them? Y'all got all these old ass same old sames on this team that nobody really cared to follow or watch or none of that type of stuff, and they won gold the last time and before. Doesn't matter. But nonetheless, just like the Pope been saying, hey, she need her rest. So if anytime you want to leave her off and do something like this and try to snub her, okay, this would be the time. All right, this would be the time. But this ain't the first time to me that she's been snubbed by the Olympic team. I went back and done a little research, and I wanted to see the other 3 golds that Coach Bluder was talking about. She won. Now the 16, when she was 16 or something, I couldn't find that one. If you can find it, let me know in the comments. But I did find when she was 18, and she played along with Paige Buckner, Aaliyah Boston, Ryan Howard, Van Lith, Celeste Taylor, right? Yeah, Celeste Taylor was on the team, right? The one that's buried at the end of the bench. Yeah, even at 18, she was nice. She was nice, right? So I'm looking at the game and I realize Caitlin Clark's not starting. Shit, Caitlin. So I'm trying to make sure. Is this the right team? Am I at the right place? Am I at the right place? Is this the right team? I see Paige. I see Van Leith. I see Aaliyah Boston, which I'm confused about that too, because how Aaliyah Boston is a part of this situation. I thought she was a year older than Caitlin. I don't know. We're gonna have to do another video on that. But I tuned in, right? And I fast forward through just to see. I'm fast forwarding 2 minutes of the game go by. No substitutions, 3 minutes of the game. Fast forward the video, 4 minutes of the game. First quarter, it's 10 minutes in each quarter. 4 or 5 minutes go by. A substitution happens. I'm saying, okay, well, who is this? Celeste Taylor. I said, oh, shit. Celeste Taylor, first one off the bench. Okay, so she's 6-man. So I'm like, I must not be at the right place then. CC can't be on this team. I said, let me go ahead. I was about to turn. I said, let me go ahead. Let me fast forward through a little more. Let me see. Let me just check it out. Look through. And lo and behold, 52 seconds left in the first quarter comes in number 6, CC. I said, what? She on the team? Wait a minute. Time out. She was third ranked in the country. I believe it was Paige, Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark coming out of high school. Okay. So, Van Leaf, I'm not sure where she was ranked at. I know she was probably ranked pretty high up there too. But you got her starting, you got Paige Buckner starting her, and Ryan Howard, who was nice. I was watching. She nice. Okay. But then I'm like, okay, then Celeste Taylor come in before Caitlin Clark? Okay. Van Leaf was running the point guard. Paige Buckner was running the two guard. So if Caitlin Clark was ranked over Van Leaf as a point guard, why is she starting over Caitlin Clark? I thought that was interesting. And not only starting over, but she didn't come out the game basically. When they took Paige out 52, they put Caitlin in, they took Paige out. Van Leaf was still the point guard. And you had Celeste Taylor, Van Leaf, Caitlin Clark playing the wing. Caitlin still wasn't even playing the point guard. And then she played 3 minutes and they subbed her back out. Put Paige back in. I said, what in the world is going on? So, bottom line, make a long story no longer, y'all. She only averaged 14 minutes a game in that Olympics, in that World Cup, the FIBA World Cups, right? She only averaged 14 minutes a game. 5 points, right? 5 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 14 minutes a night. Meanwhile, Paige and what's her name? Van Leaf, they had 28, 27 minutes a night. Yeah. So I said, okay. And then later on, 2 years later, I don't know if by that time Paige had messed her knee up. I don't know what happened to Van Leaf. But they wasn't on the team, nor Ryan Howard. It was a different team 2 years later, right? And you know what our girl CC did. Not only was she starting now, she won MVP of the whole thing. She won MVP, led the team to go, dropped 15 points a night out there, 6 assists, 5 rebound situation. She was balling. She like, how dare y'all? But before that, let's take it one. Before that, because here goes the mentality, the Mamba mentality in Caitlin Clark, the Jordan-esque. You know, when Jordan got cut from the varsity team, high school team, and you know he went even harder when his pops, Jordan pops, would tell him you'll never be as good as your big brother. Knock it off. It made him go even harder, right? Motivated, right? And so the fact that she got benched the way she didn't get no PT, and because this is right before they go to college. So this is the summer before they go to college. They have committed to their colleges. And speaking of that, shit, we can't pass by this. Kaylin wanted to go to Connecticut. She wanted to go to Connecticut, and Gino told her no. That they got Paige. They got Paige Buckner. Now, yeah, that's a scratch of the head. I really had to scratch my head because my head said that that's a head scratcher. Scratch your head. Okay, self. You could have had Paige Buckner and CC, and you said no because you already recruiting Paige Buckner. And I know it could be a little more to it, but I don't understand how you don't make it happen to where you got Caitlin Clark and Paige Buckner for all 4 years together. when Paige really is a combo guard. She really a 2 guard. Cece is a pure point guard who is a dominant scorer. But she is looking to pass at every good cutter that's cutting to the hole, every good runner that's running the court. She giving the ball up. You cut right, she giving it up. You backdoor, she giving it up. You open for the 3, she giving it up. So that could have worked beautifully. And then how many championships you think Caitlin Clark would have had if she was on a powerhouse like a Connecticut, right? So they blocked her. And, of course, then she went with hometown, Coach Lisa Bluder. This is all God's work. I love it because I'm glad she didn't go over there. She might not even be the same type of CC. She would have been a hell of a 5 player. But having Lisa Bluder in a hometown, someone who they really relate and really knows her and been around her since she was 13, because she was recruiting the girl since she was 13 years old. So you got here the number 3 pick in the country. I mean, not the number 3 pick, but the number 3 ranked recruit in the country wanting to come to your team. And just because you have Paige committed, you tell her no? Look like they might have been trying to sabotage Cece from the beginning. So she goes to Iowa and do what she does. But nonetheless, it's kind of strange, y'all. Celeste Taylor was getting more playing time than Caitlin Clark on that team, the First USA. And then I cannot find the McDonald's game that she played in with Angel Reese and all these girls, Van Leaf, Paige Buckner. Out of all the McDonald's games that's out there that you can find, from Jordan McDonald game, I'm talking about, listen, you can go and look up right on YouTube, but for some odd reason, I cannot find. If you find it, please let me know. McDonald's anything with 20 when they was in high school and they went to the McDonald's. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Paige Buckner, I believe Van Leaf and some more. Rakia Jackson and some more. Cameron Brink and some more. Why isn't that nowhere to be seen on YouTube or somewhere I can find in 2020? I'm confused. Please help me out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Shout out to everybody that's been coming through, that's been subscribed and returning and supporting your boy. The channel is growing, and so salute to all. Peace and love. I'm out. It's the Pope.